Hey there, everybody. Well, now that the Jets have signed Veon Bell, the prominent running back, the big money guy who really didn't get the money that he necessarily expected, 2 years, $26 million essentially from the Jets. The big question now becomes, putting all the contract stuff aside, the big question looking forward becomes, when can the Jets expect this guy to show legitimate signs of returning to his pre-2018 form? Of course, he didn't have any form per se in 2018 because he sat out the entire season with the Steelers, trying to stay fresh for 2019 free agency. So the question becomes for the Jets here, when can they expect to see him be the guy that he was in 2016, 2017, that dynamic dual threat player, the guy who can help in the passing game, and it can be a bell cow running back. Well, so look, Bell even admitted there's going to be some rust here early on, and he's right. He might be in great shape. He might feel great. Who knows what his weight is right now, but he has some time to get in shape during spring practices. The issue is if he sustains some kind of lingering hamstring injury that you sometimes see when guys return even from like a long layoff. If it's from like an ankle injury or something like that, they'll tweak a hamstring coming back because they're not in great shape. So I think that's the one thing the Jets have to guard against here is they bring Bell back. They almost have to kind of treat him like a guy who is returning from injury because this is such a long layoff. Bring him along slowly in the spring. No need to rush him in spring practices. Get him into the offense to learn it, but you don't have to rush him in the practices. Early in training camp, don't push him too hard. I think this, obviously this guy's a big investment, and I think the Jets understand they have to be prudent here because it's such a unique situation in some ways, but in other ways it's really not, because you see guys returning from injury and long layoffs all the time. So the Jets have to be cognizant of the fact that they don't want to push this guy and have him do too much too quickly, because what really matters, of course, is week 1 and beyond in the regular season. But I think by the time the first or second preseason game rolls around, you want to see some signs of Veon Bell being the guy he was before this layoff. You want to start to see some of those in the second week, in the third week of August, to give you some confidence that he's going to deliver on the contract come week 1, week 2, week 3, and beyond. So I think that's what you're looking for. Don't expect too much too early. Expect a little rust. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. But by first, second, third week of August, you want to see some flashes, and I think that he does too. And we'll see how this all unfolds.